all the best boxing content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and punch that bell for notifications.
Boxing World Weekly, speaking with the Olympian Skye Nicolson, about to fight on one of her biggest cards. I want to know if that's how you're looking at it.
No, definitely. This is by far the biggest card I'll be fighting on so far.
How does it compare to fighting at the Olympics, like this fight week? Now that you're in it, how does it compare?
It's very different. It's hard to really compare the two. It's two completely different situations. Obviously, the Olympics was my dream from a child, to look up to the Olympians before me and to be an Olympian. And now to have looked up to Katie Taylor and to be fighting on her undercard, it's a very big privilege.
Now that you're living in the pro life, you've already mentioned before, when you were just starting your first couple fights, that you were looking to go back to Paris. Is that still the dream?
Yeah, definitely. Still on my radar. Paris 2024 is definitely still an option for me, and we're just going to keep assessing everything fight by fight, see where my career is at when it's time to start looking at qualifying process for Paris, and make a decision then.
I was going to say, hypothetically, that's like 3 years now, 2 years now, I guess. But in those 2 years, women's boxing, especially you being so active, you could be a world champion by that point.
100%. That's the plan. The plan is to actually be world champion by the time we go back for Paris. So we'll see.
Oh wow! Are you aware if there's any other person who's ever fought at an Olympics as a world champion?
No, that's what we're talking about. We like to break records. We like to make history.
Is this going to be your toughest fight against Davis?
I think so, yes. I've said I want to keep testing myself. I want better girls in front of me, and that's why we chose this opponent. I think she's going to come to fight. She's going to come to win. That's what I want. I want to be in a fight.
Now let's grade your poster behind you. This is probably the biggest poster you've seen so far in your pro career. How does it look?
I like it. They could have given me a little bit of a 10, but that's all right.
That'll be for your next one.
Yeah.
Now, in going forward with your career, you've wanted to be active. You fought in, 2 weeks after your first fight, and now this is like a month or so after that fight. What's the date you're looking at for your next fight?
We're just focusing on Saturday night for now, but we're hoping to get in one more before I have a little break in June, July. So potentially 4, 5, 6 weeks we could go again.
Oh, nice. What's your plan for the break in June and July? You going anywhere?
Home. I haven't been back to Australia since Christmas. So yeah, I'm going to go home, spend some time with my family, and just have a little bit of time out of the gym.
How ideal would it be if you were able to get your next fight in Australia?
I'd absolutely love that. Matchroom are working hard to have their first show out in Australia before the end of this year, so I'll definitely be fighting in Australia in 2022.
Well, you know what's happening in June in Australia? George Kambosos versus Devin Haney. You not looking at that card?
But it's obviously it's not a Matchroom promotion, so it makes it a little bit hard, but the dates, it's kind of hard as well. Like, obviously, that's only 4 or 5 weeks from now, so, but yeah, oh well.
Final message for the fans that haven't got to see you fight. Final message for them.
Tune in Saturday night and enjoy the show.
What's your style like?
I'm usually quite an evasive counterboxer, but we're changing, we're developing, we're adding new little bits and pieces every week in the gym, and I can't wait to show some of that on Saturday night.
That's awesome, Skye. Thanks.
Thank you.
Cheers. Good luck.
Thank you.